Alright guys, so I'm not sure exactly when my stock is going to be here, so I'm just going to kind of move on to the next part. This is the scope rings that my brother got me for Christmas. And these were actually the most important part to finishing my AR, because without these I have no sight on my AR whatsoever. So I'm actually going to take this over here. Alright, so I was just making sure that there was no invoice in here, but there wasn't, so... Here you can see the scope mount itself, and I also asked him to get me a little tube of Loctite so that I can make sure that this is nice and snug down on my AR. So the scope rings that I decided on was Rock River Arms cantilever mounts, because these were some of the few that I could actually find that were the proper height to put on an AR-15 and that would fit how I wanted them to, and that were not like $300. And I read some reviews on these, and they are apparently pretty sturdy, so I figured I'd give them a try. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install these on my AR, so I'll be right back with that in just a second. Well guys, what I didn't know is that these Allen keys on top here are 9/64 of an inch, which was conveniently like the only size that I didn't have, so I actually had to wait until today and run out and get a set of Allen keys. So this is the proper size for that. So basically all I gotta do is just unscrew all 8 of these bolts on top. Alright guys, so I got all 8 of those screws out, and the 2 top plates are over there. So now all I really have to do is put this in here and put those plates back on loosely, and then mount this on the rifle and just get my eye relief right, and then tighten them all down. So I'm going to put those plates back on here loosely now. Alright guys, so you can see what I did is I put in 4 of the 8 screws, and they're in there loose so this can move back and forth and rotate a little bit. And then now what I have to do is just loosen these screws. I could take them completely off if I wanted, but you don't actually need to. And then all I gotta do is just put this on top of the Picatinny mount on my AR right there, and just kind of get everything in the right positions, because I don't know exactly what those are yet. So I'm gonna go try that out, and then I'll come back with it where it needs to be. Alright guys, so I've got the scope on there right about where I think I'm gonna like it. So now it's just time to put Loctites on all these screws and get it nice and secured on there. So I'm going to start with these big ones and just do one at a time so that the whole mount doesn't fall off. And I've never used Loctite, but it doesn't seem like that complicated of a process. So just a little dab on the threads, and we'll tighten this on. Now, I think this is really only going to take finger tight on these, because they are so large and they have you can get a good grip on them. So I'm just going to do these 2 finger tight. I might be putting on too much, but I don't really think there is such a thing as too much, because it's a screw sealer. So those 2 should stay on there nice and permanent. And then now it's time to do these up top. And the reason that I only put 4 in is because I want it to stay exactly where it's at while I'm mounting it. So I'm going to leave these 4 like that, and I'm going to put the other 4 in with Loctite, and then I can take these 4 out and Loctite those. Alright guys, so I wasn't sure exactly how to hold this, so I decided to kind of sit down and rest this in my lap so that I can then have 2 free hands to put the Loctite on the screws and put the screws in. So that's just what I'm going to do now. Alright, so that's the first 4 secured. Now I'm going to take out the other 4 and put Loctite on those. So I got all 4 of those other screws out, and now it's just time to put some Loctite on them and put them back in. Alright, so now all 8 of those screws are in with Loctite, as well as the ones on the side. So at this point I think the mounting job is done, and the only thing left to do is to actually sight in the rifle, but of course I'm not at a shooting range right now, so I can't quite do that. And I don't have a bore sight, which of course would help getting it closer to 0, but since I don't have one of those, I'll just kind of have to shoot the first 3 rounds, see where they hit in the dirt or whatever, and then kind of move it from there. But anyways guys, that's about it for this video, so thank you for watching my unboxing and installation of the Rock River Arms Cantilever scope mount. If you did enjoy the video, please do click the like button, as that does help me out. Also, leave me a comment about anything that I did well at or anything that I could improve, and if you would like to see more of my videos, then please do click subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.